Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have Defy the Night by Brigid Kemmerer, a book also from Fairy Loot. As you can tell, I am a big fan of Fairy Loot. They are one of my favourite book subscription boxes that I have got, and they are a UK book subscription box as well. So this is the cover. I absolutely love it. It's so different from what the other ones are. We have the beautiful purple sprayed edges, which I love, and we do have a ribbon bookmark inside it as well. So inside it we have this kind of background. This is for my September 2021 book, and the author also signed. And then we have this little emblem on here, and then ready. We have this kind of pink spine, and these two beautiful characters. Look how cute they are. And then a spark of rebellion is all it takes to define the night. The kingdom of Kandala is on brink of disaster. Rifts between sectors have only worsened since a sickness began ravaging the land, and the only known cure is an elixir made from the moonflower petal. It's severely limited within the royal palace. The king holds a tremendous peace with a ruthless hand. Out in the wilds, apothecary apprentice Tessa Cade is tired of seeing her neighbours suffer, ignored by the unyielding royals. So every night, she and her best friend Wes risks their lives to steal the moonflower petals and distribute the elixir to those who need it most, but it's still not enough. As rumours spread that the cure no longer works, the sparks of rebellion begins to flare. A particularly cruel act from the king's justice make Tessa desperate enough to try the impossible. Sneaking into the palace, what she finds inside makes her wonder if it's possible to fix Kandala without destroying it first. That gave me a shiver down the spine, but I was like, yes. So we have, of course, a lovely map. We do love a good map in a book. So it's so easy. When they say a place, you're like, oh, wait, where's that? What does it look like, kind of thing. And we see loads of different places. Then we also have this. So we have the politics leaders of Kandala. And then we have the outlaws. So Tessa, West, and Locan is a different. And then we have the benefactors, which is unknown. And then we have the cure. And here it says, that's where he sits, where I measure. That's the spot where he burned his fig on the wood stove. That's the window that broke during the winter storm. The one West boarded over the while the snow rolled in. So it was like a twist in here, which I did not expect. It's just unexpected to know what happened. So I was excited when I finally got this book in the Fairy Loot box, because obviously I do like to spoil myself in the book so I can kind of know. But sometimes once I know and that book comes, so the book comes or something like that, I tend to forget what the book is. But it's just in case I have a duplicate book in the subscription box. So I decided to feel like I was a little bit nervous reading this book. And you're probably rolling your eyes. I'm always nervous when I start a book, to be honest. Can't help it. I worried that the book won't live up to my expectations based on how I felt about previous books. Because my book is a bit different. If it's new to me, author, I worry that the book won't be a good fit for me and I'll struggle to read it. So yeah, apparently I'm a nervous reader. So I think the first time I sat down to read this, I read like 70 pages, but then I quit and I wanted to read more, but I really was tired. I was into the story, but some ideas where I headed, yeah, okay, I peeked ahead. Did you forget that I'm also? So yes, I do have a habit of peeking through the head and reading to the end of the story without, that I shouldn't do, but I have a habit of reading the end, like the end of the chapter, before I get through the whole chapter at the beginning. So the second time I read even more pages, the third time I finished the book. So I love Tessa's character. I felt like the Brigid always does this to me. She always gives us those bright, strong heroines with layers and grief and depth. I love them from the first page. I wasn't sure if I liked Korik. I can't say his name for anything. I mean, I suspected that there was more to him than a brutal exterior, because hello, he's the hero. But I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. No, you just don't expect it. The story centered around a pandemic. We're still in a pandemic anyway. A time of unrest and violence. Brief, violent description of death and torture or assassination attempts, kind of the pepper of the whole book. I wasn't expecting for some reason so darkness in took me kind of surprised. There's almost like a brief description that there's a lot of them. There was some like violence comes in. I'm like, oh, hello. I kept worrying that it would add up too much for me, but I think because it was usually so brief, I was okay to reading it. I completely bought into the premise and the characters, so I feel like I can't even evaluate whether they made perfect sense because I was committed to the story from pretty early on. The danger felt really real. The stakes kept getting higher, and the relationships twisted and turned and filled new layers again and again. So, I also thought like it didn't end on a cliff edge. It had a comfortable resolution, where like things felt completed without a last minute introduction to a new thread tease about the next book. So I really thought I appreciate that. We have enough stress and anticipation for right now. But the fact that this is a series though, I could not believe it. Okay? I could not believe this could be a series. I am super stoked for this. Because I'll definitely read more into the story world. I'm wondering, since it didn't have a cliffhanger end, if the next book centres on different characters. I've been very interested in that. Because, you know, at this rate, readers who enjoyed A Heart So Fierce and Broken would be the same great storytelling. Because the first one, obviously the first series of Curse So Dark and Lonely is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. This book kind of did a dark retelling of Tangled almost. Because just the flower, how it tried to heal and stuff like that. I don't know why, it just gave me the vibes of it. And yeah, I just can't wait for the second book, to be honest. That's all I'm looking forward to, and to be honest, just everything goes on and on from the whole thing, so there's that. So, not much to really say about the book, but the book I'm super stoked for, and I really enjoyed it, to be honest. It's just the way it turned out to be, and a lot of twists and turns to it. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time for the next book. Peace. Bye.